Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. My name is Matt Morris. We are live right now on Rumble as well as on YouTube. Folks, today we have quite a show. Today, we got the news that ICE has just really kicked things into overdrive in Minnesota State, employing some brand new techniques to help them apprehend illegal aliens. We're going to talk about that today. Excuse me. Various far-left politicians held what can only be described as a struggle session on Capitol Hill today, melting down and pretty much having a congressional tantrum over the fact that all of their beloved illegal aliens are getting deported across the entire country. We also today, just about an hour ago, in fact, finally got the confirmation that Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, as well as Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, are officially under federal investigation for conspiring to impede federal law enforcement operations. And so we are going to break down that entire dynamic today. We have a lot to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. Do me a favor, if you are new here, please make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe on Rumble as well as on YouTube, folks. Let's get right into the show. We need to get through all of this today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, ICE today has decided to employ some new techniques in their ongoing endeavor to apprehend and capture and then deport illegal aliens. So first off, I want to show you this video, which is going to be hilarious.
Said that they hit a car in the parking lot and they wanted to pay damages. And then 2 employees from that Chick-fil-A went out to investigate the crash, right? Yeah, they were immediately abducted and taken off-site by ICE agents. 2 female ICE agents pretended to be lesbians and walk into a Chick-fil-A. Lied, said that they got into a car crash and wanted to pay damages just to get vulnerable individuals outside into a public place so that they could abduct them. That is what we are dealing with in Minnesota, and this is not the first time something like that has happened. We are not angry enough.
2 female ICE agents earlier today pretended to be lesbian. They went into a Chick-fil-A and said, "Hey, I think we bumped into somebody's car. Can you and you come on outside and help us out?" They got him outside. They said, "You are under arrest. You are getting deported." And you know what? Now ICE is getting intelligent. ICE is getting sneaky for the better. Because today we got another. Oh, am I muted? I am muted. I am not muted. Audio. Matt, no audio. Can you really not hear me? No. Can you hear me? Everyone was saying the audio, there was a problem with the audio. Now we are back. Okay. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, earlier this afternoon, 2 ICE agents pretended to be lesbians, went into a Chick-fil-A, said, "Hey, I think we bumped into somebody's car. Can you come on out here? You and you specifically." The illegal aliens working inside of the Chick-fil-A came on out, and then the ICE agent said, "You're under arrest. You are getting deported." And now ICE is getting intelligent. They're doing a lot of sort of undercover covert operations just like this. There's something else I want to show you. This story specifically has the liberals absolutely melting down today. Take a listen to this. ICE agents eat at small town Mexican restaurant, then arrest the workers. Federal agents detained 3 workers from a family-owned Mexican restaurant in Wilmar yesterday, hours after 4 agents ate lunch there. It was not immediately clear what the immigration status of those detained workers was, or whether the people detained included the restaurant's owners or only workers. An eyewitness who declined to give name for fear of retribution told the Minnesota Star Tribune that 4 ICE agents sat in a booth for a meal at El Tapatio a little before 3 p.m. Staff at the restaurant were frightened, said the eyewitnesses, who shared pictures of the restaurant as well as a video of the arrest. The arrest happened at 8:30 p.m. near a Louis and shouted at the agents as they detained the people. Would your mama be proud of you right now? One of the bystanders asked. So, you know what? I hate to be the guy that has to say this. Maybe if the food had been a little bit better. Why is nobody else saying this? Is it possible that the food just kind of sucked? And then the ICE officers, they were like, well, you gave us some terrible food. I ordered a chimichanga. You brought me a grande supreme burrito. So you gotta go. Listen, Paco, you gotta go. I guess you shouldn't have messed up my order. Hey, listen, Raul, I guess you shouldn't have messed up my order, huh? Because now you're getting deported. What's up? Unbelievable. So anyway, hey, the point is, these ICE officers, they are getting, listen, it's going to be hard to outsmart these guys. They are stepping up their game. In fact, look at what happened earlier today. You're not going to believe this. ICE agents were next level trolling the leftists. They just spent 2 minutes circling a roundabout on purpose, making the anti-ICE activists chase them in circles. Seriously? Yeah, seriously. So there were anti-ICE protesters following the ICE agents, and they just drove in circles for 2 minutes to see if they could shake them. You got to find a way to have fun on the job somehow, right? You got to have a little bit of fun on the job. They're doing the roundabout. They're playing some music. And then maybe they was just driving in circles. Then maybe they left. There you go. ICE is getting clever in Minneapolis. Free goat. Oh, wow. I wonder who's going to come and try to take the goat. One of them is going to say, oh, wow, free wife. Oh, look, that's my future wife. That's one good-looking goat. Maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know. Now, this also happened earlier today. There was a far-left furry. A furry is a human who dresses up as a furry anthropomorphic animal. Generally, this is some type of perverse sex fetish. I hate to say that, but it's true. Anyway, there was a far-left furry out here dancing around, and ICE came up and tackled him to the ground. Look at this. We've had enough. Take him down. Take him down to the ground. Get him out of here. Police officers arrest a liberal furry blocking traffic in Minneapolis. Can we get an instant rewind on this? Look at that. We got him. Wrap him up. Oh, bring him down to the ground. Wow. Cuff him. And of course, they're all on the sideline screaming, you effing fascist. You're a fascist. You're an effing fascist. This is also going viral today. I couldn't help but notice this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a picture of White House press secretary sitting at a Mexican restaurant. Some stalker or online harasser took a picture of her while she was maybe getting dinner with her husband. The post on Reddit, this image was posted on Reddit. It says, Carolyn Levitt eating at Mexican restaurant while working to deport Mexicans. As if every Mexican or Latin American person in the country is here illegally. Obviously, that is not the case. This is this weird self-report. These leftists are so inherently racist. They just assume that every single brown person in the country is here illegally. Redditors genuinely think every brown person in the U.S. is illegal. And the only thing stopping every Mexican restaurant from getting shut down is them chasing ICE in their Honda Fits. Now, I will tell you something, a little bit of a personal anecdote. I live in a town that is like 92% white, okay? And we have, believe it or not, we have all of the normal ethnic restaurants. We've got Chinese restaurants. We've got Mexican restaurants. We've got Indian restaurants up here. But the fascinating thing is when I walk into the Mexican restaurant or the Indian restaurant, the Chinese restaurant, all of the wait staff, the people in the kitchen, the waiters, everybody's white. And I'm going to tell you something. I have never had better Mexican food in my life than this Mexican place in my town here. Everybody working there is white. I've never had better Chinese food in my life than the Chinese restaurant in this town. Everybody working there is white. I was like, what's going on here? And so anyway, the notion that you have to have, I don't know, listen, hey, this is just completely ridiculous, obviously. Now, we also saw, listen, ICE has been busy today, okay? Breaking news, federal agents just commandeered a leftist's a pickup truck that was purposely parked to block the federal building in Minneapolis, and they arrested the driver. And then the agents drove the truck to another location, enraging the crowd. So ICE just took this guy's truck because he was blocking the road. Wow. They got it. They took the truck. Yoink. That is our truck now. Oh, look at where they're driving this thing. Fred Wells Education Center. They did. They spelled it properly. Education Center. They spelled it properly. There you go. Yep, and now that is ICE's truck. There you have it. Why don't we go ahead and get to the big news of the day? Ladies and gentlemen, just moments ago, we officially got the confirmation that Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, as well as Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, are both now under federal investigation for conspiracy to impede federal law enforcement operations. We have the confirmation here just in. The DOJ is now officially investigating Governor Tim Walz, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, for a conspiracy to impede federal immigration agents. This is coming out of CBS. Now, we also have a breaking Fox News report breaking down some of the initial details. Let's take a look at this.
Breaking tonight, Fox News confirms the Justice Department is investigating Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey for allegedly impeding law enforcement efforts on the ground. Again, confirming that DOJ investigation. Progressive Democrats, meantime, were in Minneapolis today, rallying around protesters, claiming the Trump administration is to blame for the chaos. The remarks from Congresswoman Ilhan Omar and Pramila Jayapal come after another night of disorder in Minneapolis. Congressional correspondent Bill Malugin has the story.
Seems like every single night at this point in Minneapolis, under their leadership, is nothing but disorder. Every night is disorderly.
Live from inside Minneapolis. Good evening, Bill.
Brett, good evening to you. We begin with some breaking news. You just mentioned it just moments ago. Multiple DOJ sources confirming to Fox News that Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey are now both under federal investigation for allegedly interfering with immigration enforcement here in Minnesota. We are told that probe is early but ongoing. More on that for our viewers as we get it. In the meantime,
he says allegedly, for allegedly interfering. Now, folks, worry not. I have done some background research here. I'm going to do a little bit of a recap with you folks here in just 1 minute, breaking down exactly the degree to which these two gentlemen, Tim Walz and Jacob Frey, have, in fact, over the last couple days, weeks, interfered with federal law enforcement operations. So we will do a total breakdown. It is not just allegedly.
Despite a snowstorm out here in Minneapolis, it appears we are headed for yet another night of protests on the ground. You can see the crowd continues to grow here at the federal Whipple building here in Minneapolis. These federal agents aren't backing down, and the protesters say they aren't going anywhere either.
Well, of course, they have been told to be there. They have been told to go out and push back against President Trump's federal law enforcement officers by Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey. Now, there's another great component here that I want to share with all of you. The DOJ is also issuing In accordance with this new federal investigation, numerous subpoenas for Waltz and Fry as part of the probe. What's a subpoena? What are we talking about? Why does that matter? Well, listen up. What this means is that the DOJ, as a part of this federal investigation, they are demanding the release of bank statements, emails, text messages, phone calls. So we are going to know whether in private or in public, in private, whether or not these two individuals, Waltz and Frey, were colluding, meaning conspiracy. What is a conspiracy? A conspiracy is when two individuals work together to achieve a certain objective. That's the actual definition of the word. So the notion, the allegation is that they were conspiring, these two conspiring to undermine federal law enforcement operations. If we get a hold of their text messages or their emails or their bank statements or whatever, all of that, subpoena, all of it, let's go. DOJ, we are demanding that now. What do you think we might find here? Might we find a couple curious text messages? Might we find a couple curious emails? Might we find a couple curious... Who knows what type of curious things we will find? Now we have a comprehensive write-up. This is coming out of Fox News. Federal prosecutors open investigation into Waltz Fry over alleged impeding of law enforcement. Fox News has learned federal prosecutors are investigating both Minnesota Governor Tim Waltz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry for allegedly impeding law enforcement efforts in this blue state. Two sources familiar with the probe, though no additional details about the investigation have been publicly released. Sources said the investigation is in its early stages and it is unclear if it will result in any criminal charges. I have a feeling it will. I mean, even if you just look at what they have said publicly, these guys have been engaging in some pretty crazy rhetoric. The Democratic leaders have encouraged anti-immigration enforcement protests following the death of 37-year-old Renee Nicole Good, who was fatally shot on January 7th by a federal agent while allegedly blocking an ICE operation in Minneapolis. Allegedly. I guess Fox News has to be as careful as they possibly can. Now, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I have done some background research here. I put together a comprehensive list of everything that they have said. Tim Waltz and Jacob Fry have both, on numerous occasions, directed Minnesota state law enforcement officers to not cooperate with federal law enforcement officers, putting the lives of those federal law enforcement officers at risk on numerous occasions. That's one. They've both been releasing criminally delinquent, violent, illegal aliens back onto the streets of Minnesota instead of keeping them locked in prison or handing them over to federal immigration enforcement. That's two. That's part of the whole sanctuary city thing. For weeks now, they've both been publicly instructing Minnesotans to get out and protest ICE, CBP, and DHS, even going so far as to try to order ICE, CBP, and DHS out of the state and saying that Minnesota is at, quote, war with the federal government, comparing federal law enforcement officers to an invading force. That specifically is coming from Tim Waltz. Mayor Jacob Fry actually mentioned, quote, fighting ICE officers in the street, while Governor Tim Waltz has spoken about using the Minnesota State Police to try to arrest federal law enforcement officers. Governor Tim Waltz has also talked about potentially using the Minnesota State National Guard, deploying them to the streets to combat federal law enforcement officers. This is like Civil War type of rhetoric. But perhaps what's most insane about all of this is that President Trump has been, frankly, nothing but generous to these two idiots, nincompoops. If it were up to me, Trump would have invoked the Insurrection Act probably 2 weeks ago at this point. But because Trump really is a diplomat, really he's anything but an authoritarian tyrant, Trump has been very gracious. Trump has given these guys opportunity after opportunity to try to regain control of their state and stop instigating an insurrection. I'll tell you what, though, at this point, as far as I'm concerned, both of these traitors need to be sitting inside of a federal prison cell. So I'm hoping that the ultimate outcome of this federal investigation is that they will push federal criminal charges. Maybe they'll both be tried as insurrectionists. Really, I think we need to have accountability. These two here have proven to be completely belligerent and delinquent. They are directly involved in what we have seen, this chaos, mayhem, anarchy that we have seen on the streets of Minneapolis, all throughout Minnesota. They have caused instance after instance in which federal law enforcement officers' life has been put at risk. We saw, 2 days ago now, where a federal law enforcement officer was tracking down a Venezuelan gang member on the streets of Minneapolis, chased him down. There was a tussle on the ground. 2 more illegal aliens came out of the house. 3 illegal aliens now. They got shovels. They were beating this guy, this ICE officer, with shovels, trying to kill him. He ultimately fired off a defensive shot. Thank God he did. Otherwise, he would have died. And the reason why, once again, these type of situations are taking place is because Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey and Governor Tim Walz are instigating all of this. So, hey, if it was up to me, Insurrection Act, go. Find some criminal charges for these two people. Try them as insurrectionists, whatever you can do. Hold them criminally accountable. That's how I feel, because that is what it's going to take to really start putting America first and make America great again. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there was some other news I would like to talk about with you folks today, because like I said earlier this afternoon, there was really what can only be described as a far-left, radically progressive cry session, a struggle session in Congress on Capitol Hill today. We're going to take a look at some of these clips. The Democrats today made absolute and total fools of themselves, and we're going to take a look at that. So first off, let's play this clip here.
ICE agents are blatantly profiling Black and brown and Asian people and Native Americans.
It is clear that the practices that ICE is using is unconstitutional.
The testimonies that we've heard here today is that ICE has become violent and deadly.
Because when we look at other places, say places that did things like, go door to door, looking for people, as they had to hide out, say in an attic. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Or the images that I have seen of people.
She is comparing ICE agents looking for illegal aliens to Nazis, the Gestapo, the Einsatzgruppen in Germany, hunting down Jews like Anne Frank. She actually went there. She actually went there. Thank you. Wow. Thank you, Jasmine Crockett. Thank you.
That I have seen of people being attacked by law enforcement, whether we're talking about dogs or fire hoses, it seems.
Says America needs you to join ICE now. Look at this image. Who do you think they're trying to recruit for ICE right now?
Patriots. Who? Patriots.
White supremacists.
All right. Well,
I saw a figure the other day. It said that actually 53% of ICE officers are non-white. Can you believe that? That's what I saw. 53% of current active ICE officers are non-white. 53. A lot of them are Hispanic. So we are appealing to white supremacists, really. Is that right? Okay, and these are like modern day slave patrols. The ICE officers are running around looking for people to lynch. Really? Really? Now we hear at the very same struggle session earlier today, Ilhan Omar, the nastiest woman in the country.
So I would love more accuracy of information, as they say they're the most transparent administration, which is the biggest lie told on American soil, I believe. It is the least transparent. It is the most corrupt. It is the one administration. We are witnesses to.
Objection, Your Honor. The biggest lie ever told on U.S. soil is that Ilhan Omar did not have sexual relations with her own brother. That, Your Honor, is the biggest lie ever told on U.S. soil. This woman is nasty. Nasty. Listen, she's got to be deported. We got to deport this woman. Now we hear again from Representative Jasmine Crockett. We'll take a listen to Jasmine Crockett.
Get offended and try to say I'm too black, but the reality is that y'all never let the fact that I am black go. So I'm going to be clear about one thing. I know my good black history, but this looks like modern day slave patrols. And they have been sanctioned by this Supreme Court.
What does that?
I'll tell you what, man, Jasmine Crockett is very lucky that she is black, because if she was not black, she would have no personality. Her entire personality is being black. Every time she opens her mouth, she reminds everybody that she is black. She never stops talking about being black. I get it. I understand. I look at you. I can see you. I see you. Unfortunately, I see you. You're black. I know. I can see that. She never stops talking about it. It's literally all she talks about. It really is astounding. It's crazy. Now we hear from Representative today, Shri Thanedar from India, who's a congressional representative.
Earlier today, Michigan Democrat Shri Thanedar introduced a bill to abolish ICE. He cited the killing of Renee Nicole Good and the arrest of Americans by ICE as reasons to terminate the agency.
ICE is out of control, killing a mother of three, a U.S. citizen, and just a list of things that are totally uncalled for. It's too late to reform it. I think it's best to abolish it and let other federal agencies take care of that.
You don't even speak English. You shouldn't even be in the country. 1, you don't speak English. 2, you should not be in the country. 3, you are getting deported. You are getting deported back to Tatooine from where you came from. Doesn't he look like a Jawa? I'm not the only one, right? This guy looks like a Jawa. He looks like an alien from Star Wars. You'd walk in the cantina. His name, Shri Thanedar, really, dude, you sound like a Jedi. You sound like some weird member of the Jedi Council. Mr. Thanedar. He went on to say earlier today,
ICE is beyond reform. ICE is totally out of control, and this week I intend to introduce a bill to abolish ICE. We need to make ICE go away. ICE is beyond reform. ICE is totally out of control.
This is where we are. This is where we are as a country. We have immigrant congressional representatives that barely speak English. They struggle. It's like it pains him to speak English. Every time he has to say an English word, you can see him wince. You know he hates doing it. He'd rather be speaking gooby gobby donkey poopy, whatever the hell language he speaks. And he's up here lecturing all of us Americans how we need to get rid of ICE, how we need to abolish ICE, get rid of it. Wait a minute, Mr. Thanedar. I have a question here. Wait a minute. If we get rid of ICE, then how are we going to get rid of the illegal aliens? Oh, we're not. Oh, yeah, we're not. ICE is the only way to get rid of the illegal aliens. So really, what is he saying? He's saying that I am proposing a bill to prevent this country from ever getting rid of illegal aliens. And you know, he's an open border radical progressive also. So he wants an open border. He wants to get rid of ICE. He wants to kneecap and cripple our ability to get rid of illegal aliens. Trump really should just denaturalize these people. Thanedar, Ilhan Omar, Pramila Jayapal, similarly from India. I don't know what Star Wars planet she is from. Listen, this is a Star Wars alien occupied government. How in the hell did our country get taken over by a bunch of Star Wars aliens? What is going on? The Hutt Confederation from the outer rim of the galaxy is running this country. How did this happen? What happened? When did this happen? I went to bed, I woke up, and now I'm living in Star Wars. I'm living in Star Wars Fantasyland. What the hell is going on here? Introducing Representative Jayapal. Introducing Representative Tanadar. Introducing Representative Ilhan Omar. Huh? What happened to, like, Representative, like, Johnson? What happened to good old Representative Johnson? What happened to good old-fashioned Representative Smith? What happened to good old-fashioned Representative Morse? I don't know. Like, what is Man, this isn't my grandpappy's country. This is no longer my grandpappy's country. No, it's different these days. Now, there was, speaking of struggle sessions on CNN last night, that's exactly what they had. And this is a good one. Take a listen.
They're asking ICE to do outrageous things. They are recruiting them using Nazi, white supremacist propaganda, hinting to that. And then people see that. People who don't recognize it as Nazi or white supremacists, maybe they just join anyway. But the ones who do recognize it see it as a hint. The same kind of hint as stand back and stand by. And then you put those people in the field. This is not people coming to Washington to protest. These are people being placed in my neighborhood doing horrible things to my neighbors. And when people respond to that, they say, now the problem we created, we will solve with more force. This is a horrible political play.
First of all, how dare you sit here and accuse ICE agents of being Nazi, Gestapo, and white supremacists when they are enforcing law? You just insinuated that they're apparently recruiting others. You said they're recruiting others, and then it's a dog whistle for others to then apply to that.
Absolutely.
Second of all,
let me tell you what he's referring to.
You didn't see that?
He's referring to...
I'm sorry. So I must have missed this. Is DHS throwing out Nazi dog whistles, Nazi secret covert messages in order to specifically recruit Nazis? By the way, for as much as everybody talks about Nazis, I don't really ever see. Does anybody see Nazis anywhere? Do we have Nazis in this country? Like, do we have a Nazi problem in this country? For as much as everybody, every single day, oh my God, I wake up, I flip on the news, and I have to hear another lecture. People are talking about Nazis. I am so sick about hearing about Nazis. I'm so sick of hearing about Nazis and World War II. It's like this was 1 billion years ago. I don't give a crap. Can we please just talk about what is going on today in this country right now? Why does everything have to be a throwback to what happened 90 years ago in Germany? I'm a 32-year-old living in America. Let's talk about issues now. Good Lord. Now, by the way, I looked into this Nazi propaganda. I found some examples. Well, this is what they are talking about. I want to show you. These are some of the images. This is one such article of Nazi propaganda, allegedly, as far as members of the far left are concerned. This is a post from the official DHS page. It says, "We'll have our home again." Posted out by the DHS. This is, according to the far left, this is Nazi propaganda. You have a cowboy. You have a B-2 Spirit stealth bomber flying overhead. We'll have our home again. Now, maybe I'm historically illiterate. Did the Nazis have B-2 Spirit stealth bombers? I don't think so. Are the Nazis known for having a bunch of cowboys? Are cowboys quintessentially Nazi? No. So, I'm a little bit confused then. We have another example here. Here's another example that is Nazi dog whistles, according to the far left. Defend your home with the Statue of Liberty in the middle. Defend your home. Did the Nazis have the Statue of Liberty, or was that? No, that's right. We have the statue. Yeah, that's an American thing. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, no, the Nazis never had that. Okay, That's curious. What about the third one? What about this one here? This is another example of Nazi propaganda according to the far left. It says keep our republic, with similarly the New York City skyline and once again the Statue of Liberty. So yeah, I already forgot. Did the Nazis have the Statue of Liberty? No. Oh no, they didn't. Was New York City in Germany? Oh no, it wasn't. The Great Nazi Republic. Wait a minute, they weren't even a republic. They weren't a republic at all. So when this idiot on CNN is talking about Nazi propaganda, it's these images that upset him. They bothered him. Posted by the DHS page. Complete and total moron.
Posts that have been put out on social media by DHS.
I've seen all the posts.
And on the Department of Labor and on other accounts that have been traced back to white supremacist chat rooms, iconography.
That's like equivalent if Hitler drank water. So if you drink water, you're Hitler.
Did you not see the one? Well, look. Did you not see the one with George Washington?
There's plenty of stuff.
Did you see the one with George Washington?
Which specific one?
The one where they were using Nazi, it's hinting at Nazi phrasing over a picture of George Washington. Did you see it? Did you see it? You didn't see it.
Well, what was the Nazi phrasing?
You said you see it.
What was the phrasing?
What is the phrase?
What's the phrase? And the reason...
Wait, can I continue my answer?
She says, what was the phrase? What was the phrase? He doesn't even know. He can't even answer the question.
Look, I don't want to, guys, hold on. I don't know what you're talking about. 1 second. Everybody stop talking.
One eternity later.
Right. I want to make sure we get this phrase in, because the phrase is one homeland, one people, one heritage. Remember who we are as American over a picture of George Washington.
One homeland, one people, one heritage. Remember who you are. Is that a Nazi thing? Really? Wow. Loving your country makes you a Nazi. Okay, huh?
And that is a hint at what a lot of people are suggesting is a hint at a Nazi German party thing that said one people, one realm, one leader. Do you remember what the largest Nazi rally ever held in America, where it was held?
Have you ever seen a dollar bill that says one nation under God? Have you ever read John Jay, who said we were one people with one language?
In Madison Square Garden in 1934. And you know what picture was on that stage? George Washington. And you know what the person said when they got on the stage to introduce that Nazi rally? Was that if George Washington was alive today, he and Adolf Hitler would be friends.
I'm sorry, this guy has schizophrenia. You are looking at a schizophrenic person. What in the living hell is this guy even talking about? How do you even have a conversation with this person? This guy is mentally ill. This is a mentally ill, fundamentally non-serious person. What in the living hell am I listening to right now? Right? Am I crazy? No, insanity. Absolutely insanity. But we're not done yet, because now we have to listen to Representative Rashida Tlaib, who is, I guess, another Star Wars character from Camino, the Star Wars planet on the outer rim of the galaxy. Representative Tlaib, let us hear it today.
Look at this. We'll have our home again. What does that evoke in you when you see this?
That's the one I showed you guys. Look at this. This is terrible. It's just terrible.
It literally, when I see it as a Muslimah, as a Palestinian, as a child of immigrants, I see that this is something that is evoking, like, I'm not welcome here.
You are not. You are. Wait, hold up. Why do you call yourself a Palestinian and not an American? You are serving in in the Palestinian Congress? Or the American Congress, the Congress of the United States of America. You are a representative in the United States of America Congress. Why are you up here calling yourself a Palestinian? Are you not an American? Because if you're not, I will personally buy you a ticket to Palestine. You want to go back to Palestine? Do you? Do you want to go back to Palestine? I'll buy you a ticket. I'll give you a parachute.
It is very clear what is intentionally happening here. Look at this. We'll have our home again. What does that evoke in you?
Patriotism. Patriotism. American pride. American pride and patriotism is what it invokes in me. Let's go. We are taking our country back. There it is. There it is. Unbelievable. Now, we had another exchange. Scott Jennings here on CNN went ballistic. He went scorched earth. Take a look.
Right. Are they going to realize that maybe things have gone too far?
Some of those people may disapprove because they want there to be more deportations even faster. You know, we've deported 2.6.
I don't think. Well, based on
You don't think
based
so?
on the
I
poll,
do.
hold on, Scott. Based on the polling, we have a lot of polling, especially this week. There's been a CNN poll. There's a Quinnipiac poll. It's pretty clear they disapprove of his handling of deportations. They disapprove of what happened in Minnesota with Renee Good, and they disapprove of Trump's handling of immigration. If they thought he was doing a great job, they would applaud what has been happening so far.
The only people right of center that I have ever seen express criticism of Trump is because Trump is not going hard enough. I have never met a single Trump voter in my life that said, whoa, Trump is deporting too many people. I didn't vote for this. I only thought he was going to deport a couple people. He's deporting too many people. That person does not exist. Zero. Nobody feels that way. If anything, people are saying, Trump, listen, dude, you got to pick up the speed. We need 5 times, 10 times, 100 times more deportations. Let's go. We got to go faster. More deportations. I do see a lot of that.
They are.
I mean, look, we can debate the polling. I can only refer you to the November 2024 election in which Donald Trump flatly told the American people he was going to deport illegal aliens. He was going to mass deport illegal aliens, and that's exactly what they've done. They've deported.
He said he was going to deport the worst of the worst.
Yes. And they are.
No, they're not.
And so
73% of them have no record whatsoever.
That's actually
that is not false.
Look,
and only 3% have violent crime record.
Let finish. I can ask questions and you just talk and you talk.
So you've never talked over anybody. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so Charles, finish.
This guy is insufferably stupid. Insufferably stupid.
Here's the deal. He ran on it, and he's doing it. And he's going to be the president for the next 3 years, and they are going to continue to do it. They've deported 2.6 million people. About 2 million have actually self-deported. Only 600 and something thousand have actually been deported through ICE or Border Patrol or other law enforcement operations. So the vast majority of people who are leaving the country are doing so through self-deportation. To me, the greatest question here is, why does it and why is it that Democrats in the state of Minnesota believe that they should be immune from or not applicable to federal immigration law that has been on the books for years? We haven't passed any new laws.
And again,
we haven't passed any new laws.
It is a
That's not the question.
Also, once again, listen, you hear this talking point from members of the left. They say Trump only ever said he was going to deport the violent ones. He never said he was going to deport all of them. Trump is crazy. He only said he was going to deport the crazy, violent, criminally delinquent ones. No, that is not true. I think a lot of you did, all of us did. We watched every single Trump rally. Some of us even attended Trump rallies. This is what Donald Trump campaigned on. Mass deportations. Every single rally. You saw people holding up these posters. Donald Trump himself, he was campaigning on mass deportations. Not a selective amount of deportations, not a couple deportations, not a little bit of deportations, not a handful of deportations. Mass deportations. Every single one of them is going home. All of them. Mass deportations. Now. Mass deportations now. That is what got Donald Trump elected. That is why we voted for him. Not just a couple deportations. This level of historical, like the far left, they're trying to rewrite history. They're coming to us, all of us actually voted for Trump, telling us that Trump is doing something that he said he wasn't going to do, when it's like, no, he's doing exactly what he said he was going to do. In fact, we wish he would do more of it. Honestly, that's the big problem. I wish he was deporting even more people. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's that. Now, I do want to say, everybody, if you are new here, do me a favor. Make sure to like, subscribe to today's broadcast here on YouTube as well as on Rumble. there is something I would like to share with you folks. Got some bad news earlier today. Some of you might have been following my Facebook page. We had about 39,000 followers. My Facebook page, the Matt Morris Facebook page, as of earlier today, has now been permanently suspended by Facebook. Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why my page got permanently suspended? By the way, I already submitted an appeal. They immediately denied the appeal. My Facebook page has been permanently suspended as of earlier today because I reposted a quote from Ilhan Omar. There was a video in which Ilhan Omar called ICE agents terrorists and murderers. I posted a quote of that right here in the red box. Ilhan Omar calls ICE agents terrorists and murderers. Facebook saw that and then permanently suspended me for inciting violence when I was quoting Ilhan Omar. She is a sitting congressional representative. I was quoting her, and now I have been permanently suspended. Meanwhile, Ilhan Omar, by the way, she still has a page on Facebook. She's got almost 1 million followers on Facebook posting this type of insane rhetoric that genuinely does incite violence. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to make a request here. If you folks are on X, if anybody here uses X, I am going to post a link to this thread. I have decided I am going to activate this community. I'm going to make a request of you guys. If you could do me a favor, go on X. I'm going to post a link to this post here. Please like it. Please share it. Please go in the comments and at Meta, at Facebook, just get loud. I want you guys to get real annoying here, okay? Because this is bullshit. This is, I don't even know, you call it censorship. This is bullshit. If you could do me a favor, like this, share this, comment on this, say at Meta, what's up? At Facebook, what the hell is going on here? Let's just try to be as annoying as we possibly can. Because I don't know what else. I don't know what else I can do here. I've already submitted an appeal. They immediately shot it down. So I'm going to post a link to this in the Rumble chat as well. I've got it in the YouTube chat. There it is again. You can find it, Matt Morris TV on X. Listen, hey, if we do not stand up against this type of censorship of right-wing voices, if we don't push back, the second they try to pull this stuff again, we're going to find ourselves very quickly back in the situation we were in a couple years ago during the Biden era, where if you even said anything at any place, any time of day, on any website, anywhere on the internet, you were shadow banned, you were silenced, you were suppressed. We got to be aggressive here. We need to push back on this because we can already see what they are trying to do. They are trying to usher that era back in. We need to push back on this. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Now, that's my one humble request of the day. At this point, what I would like to do is go ahead and pull up the super chats and see what you fine folks have had to say. You know, I don't really have any, I don't really expect to get unsuspended. Frankly, I just think that's the way life goes sometimes. You know what sucks? That the page, the Matt Morris page, was linked to my own personal Facebook account. My own personal Facebook page, where I have like my grandma and my mom and my brother and like people I went to high school with. Now my own personal page has been permanently suspended also because it was linked to the other page, which has been suspended for quoting Ilhan Omar. So it's like, okay, this is pretty annoying. F Facebook. Yeah. I saw that news earlier today. Let me take a look at some Rumble rants over here on Rumble. This is from Roland Mix. He says, big fan of you, Matt. Appreciate you taking time to fill hours with facts. These demtards want us to shut up when they speak out loud noises with no facts, yet can't answer a simple question. They can't even defend their ideas. And by the way, this is why they just have to suppress and silence and suspend people, everybody that disagrees with them. You guys might not know this. I was actually suspended on X for 3 years during the Biden era. During the early Biden era, a lot of people that had right-wing beliefs were banned on Twitter at the time. I was banned on Twitter for 3 years during the Biden era. I have seen how this stuff goes. I have been suspended on Twitch 5 times. I've never even been told why. They don't even tell me why. And now we're banned on Facebook for literally quoting Ilhan Omar. It really is insane. These members of the far left, they are just absolutely absurd. We have a big Rumble rant over here from OG American Grind. He says, Jasmine Crockett's dialogue. I'm a black woman, I'm a black woman, I'm a black woman, I'm a black woman. I'm a black woman. I am a black woman. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, pretty much true. Yeah, that's pretty much true. Me, I'm just a white guy. I'm just a white man. I am a white man. Alpine Retreat, he says, Facebook ban extra super chat here. Trump said he was only going to deport criminals. Yeah, but you lefties were against that too, so who cares what you think? Yeah, these people have lost a seat at the conversation here. Who cares what these morons have to say? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm going to load up the YouTube super chats here. Everybody, thank you for tuning in on a beautiful Friday night. Beautiful Friday night. It's a good night for a Friday. I'm scrolling in. Okay, I have found my super chats. We have, you know what? Hold on. Listen, hey, before we do the super chats, I think I might need to go Super Patriot MAGA mode. Yeah. We are going to go Super Patriot MAGA mode. Here we go. But hey, only if every single member of the audience likes the broadcast and subscribes to the channel. All right, now we are going Super Patriot MAGA mode. There we go. Okay. All right, we have our first super chat of the day from Jess Goodwin. She says, keep up the good work, Matt, from Cooley City, Washington. Hey, shout out Washington. It's a tough state right now. I know how it goes. I feel bad for you. Someday we are going to make Washington great again. We will do it. Oregon too. We're coming for California also. We're coming for all of them. We're coming for every single blue state. We will turn this country red. Thank you, Mrs. Goodwin. Thank you very much. This is Elizabeth Cohen. She says, looking handsome, Matt. Love the suit. That's my tie. Sorry. Hey, that was my tie. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ma'am. This is from Speed Blur. He says, it's them, not you. Yeah, it's never you. It's always them. Thank you. We have a super chat here from Canis Husky. Says, oh, I love it. The Trojan horse effect. ICE is playing hardball. You know, ICE is smart. They're switching up their tactics. Hey, listen, if you come to battle every day with the same strategy, you're going to start losing battles. You got to change up the strategy. You got to keep on your toes. If you're a coach of a football team, you can't run the same play every time. You got to have different plays, right? Go long, go short, Hail Mary, run it up mid, whatever, you know. We have Summerman here. It says, let's go smart ICE agents genius. Yeah, they are evolving. ICE is evolving. And good. Jamie says, if you can't hear, leave and come back. God bless. Yeah, I guess there was some audio problems with the show earlier. I'm not exactly sure what that was about, but it seems like we got that solved. So thank you guys for letting me know if there was a technical issue. Captain Dumbass here, he says, okay, that was about the sound. Mike, no sound, no sound. Paula Tobin says no sound. I think we fixed it. Thank you. I'll tell you what, listen, I'm a very calm guy. I don't get frustrated. I don't get mad. But man, technical issues, if I have some computer issue, some technical issue, oh, you wouldn't even believe it. So it's good that we got that solved real fast. Thank you. Otherwise, I was going to start turning green. You guys wouldn't have liked me. We have a super chat here from Slap Smurf. He says, believe it or not, I have met far-right furries in real life. They could be in chat. Well, I hope not. Listen, listen, if you are a furry, regardless of your political affiliation, far left, far right, centrist, if you are a furry, this community does not welcome you. We disavow furries. We do not accept furries and all of their insane sexually deviant proclivities in this community. Get out of here. Get them out of here. We're going to find them. We're going to deport them. We're going to send them back to whatever country they came from. The furries have got to go. If you're a furry. Anyway, hey, thank you. Summerman. He says, put your hands behind your back. Thank you. Martin D. Turner says, it's what I voted for. Every time we get a deportation, it's, hey, I'm happy about it. Thank you, Martin D. Turner. We have a big super chat here from Jess Goodwin. Thank you. Thank you very much. She says, can't say enough how what you're doing is needed. Thanks from Cooley City again. From Washington, I live in a horrible liberal state. You know, I just spent like 5 years living in Washington, maybe 3 or 4 years living in Washington. And it's not good. It's bad. Oregon. I'm originally from Oregon. And so now I have finally made my way out of the liberal blue states. Now I'm in the great state of Idaho. I mean, actually, no, Idaho's terrible. Idaho is terrible. It sucks. Everybody up here is rude and racist. Do not move here. Nobody move here. It's terrible here. Do not. Also, I think the state is full. They have a cap. The state is full. The population is capped. They're not even taking anybody new. So sorry. Do not come to Idaho. It sucks. It's terrible. It really is terrible. I hate it. I hate it here. Do not come. Don't even come and check it out. Don't even come up here. Don't even look. It's terrible. Anyway, thank you, Mrs. Goodwin. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have a super chat here from Jackie. Says, Matt, thank you for dressing up tonight. However, I would prefer if you dressed more casually. It makes you more comfortable. Thank you for all your videos. I watch them all the time. Listen, hey, I have said, listen, 1 day a week on Fridays. Friday is now going forward. It is formal Friday. So listen, I'm here twice a day, every single day, 7 days a week. So you can have me wearing my normal lumberjack attire, my flannel, whatever, my sweatshirt, Monday through Saturday. But on, wait, what am I saying? What? I don't even know. Listen, every other day other than Friday. I don't even know. I don't know. Listen, it's been a long day. But anyway, listen, Friday is formal Friday. You're going to have to deal with it. You're just going to have to deal with that. I don't know what to tell you. Thank you, Jackie. This is Mark. He says, animal control dog catcher. Hope you can figure out the joke because YouTube wouldn't let me write it. I'm not sure, but hey, listen, Mark, I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. YouTube can be a little bit censorious, can't it? And Facebook most certainly can. Wilthos, he says, make a baby tonight if you support the DHS. Yeah, listen, if you are a young American high IQ person, you got to have kids. Hey, listen, young Americans, you need to have kids. You need to get married. You need to have kids. I'm not even asking you. I'm telling you. I am telling you, young people in the audience, get married, have kids, become a good parent. The fate of this world, the fate of this republic depends on you getting married and having kids. You need to do it. You need to do it. You have to do it. There's no other option. It's true. Thank you. We have a massive super chat here from Raya. From Raya, who is, by the way, one of our new moderators. I found a new moderator. Raya is doing work. Thank you, Raya. Thank you. Thank you, Raya. She says, congratulations, Matt, on 700,000 subscribers. You are absolutely best, speaking truth and honesty. Thank you, Raya and Finn. Shout out Raya and Finn. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Raya is going to help us moderate the chat a little bit. Sometimes it gets a little bit rowdy. You know, can I ask you guys something? Can we human to human here? The last couple broadcasts I've been doing, they've been a little bit silly. I've been trying to incorporate a little bit of comedic appeal into the show. For a long time, it was a little bit more serious. I was a little bit more serious, but really I'm a funny guy. At least my mom thinks so. And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to be a little bit more silly. I'm going to be a little bit sillier here on these broadcasts, but I don't know if you guys like it. Maybe you guys prefer the serious vibe. So I don't know. Maybe I need to walk it back. Maybe you guys don't like, the comedic value. You do. It's nice. You love it. Okay. I just wanted to know. We'll take a little survey here. You like it. Okay. All right then. Funny is better. You love it. You like it. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, Raya. Thank you very much. Paula Tobin says, thank you everybody for the tip on the reload on YouTube. Oh, did that fix the audio? Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, YouTube is a little bit bogus sometimes. You know how it is. Thank you, Mrs. Tobin. Thank you, Paula. Grandma Mel, she says, You look so handsome in that suit. Love you bunches, Matt. Sending you a big virtual grandma hug from Georgia. I'm blushing. Oh, man. Grandma. Oh, come here, Grandma. Come here. Oh, thank you, Grandma Mel. Hey, you're making me blush. Thank you, Grandma. Thank you very much. Cookies? Do you have any cookies? No? Okay, that's okay. That's okay, though. Thank you very much, Grandma Mel. Not at all surprised you hit 700,000. I'm sure you'll bust 1 million soon. Thank you. Hey, thank you. That's very sweet. Oh, that's sweet. You just made my night. You just made my night. Thank you very much. Nothing like a grandma. Thank you. This is this is Rico Blaine. He said, Trump is turning into Pam Bondi. Listen, I'm saying 2026, remain optimistic. I really do believe we have some of these arrests coming down the pipeline. 2026. It is the year of arrests and criminal justice. I really do think so. Thank you, Mr. Blaine. Tutu, he says, build a geofence or check the existing one and use it in the same manner it was used against the J6 event. Oh, yeah, they geofence. They try to find all of them. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Who knows? Maybe they've already done it to find some of these crazy protesters and rioters. R&R says Durka, Mohammed Jihad. Thank you. Hammer, he says, yes, He-Man's other arch nemesis, Thanadar, whose supervillain thing is secondary, sounding every T with a rolling D with the sound akin to fingernails on a chalkboard. Can I tell you something here about He-Man? I used to get babysat by my great aunt. She was my mom's aunt, and she was like 80. And I was a young boy, and I would be at her house, and she would be babysitting me. And on the TV, I'd flip on the TV, and on would come He-Man, Masters of the Universe. The old TV show, the old cartoon. He-Man, Masters of the Universe. And I had this show on the TV, and her name was Margie. I used to call her Aunt Margie. She came running in the living room. She was in the kitchen. She said, turn that filth off. And I said, what did I do? She said, the only master of the universe is Jesus Christ. I said, okay. And so I got in big trouble. He-Man, Masters of the Universe. She said, turn that filth off. The only master is Jesus Christ. I said, okay, Auntie Margie. Okay, Margie. She was not going to have that demonic filth in her house, under her roof. I got in trouble. I was a little boy. I'll never forget that. Hey, thank you. He-Man. She came running in the room. I thought something crazy had happened. Anyway, this is we have a super chat here from Big Chooks. He says, something I'm not hearing in regard to Good not following ICE around and just dropping Renee's child off at daycare is the wife saying, it'll be the same license plate when you come talk to us later. Yeah. That's true, because that comment pretty much debunks their narrative. You're right about that. Excellent observation, true. But I mean, hey, we know she was stalking them for hours. We know. Melissa Volker, she says, you are a joy to watch and we appreciate what you do. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you again for coming back and tuning into the show. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. TT, he says, anyone that is involved in these ICE protests should lose all benefits like Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, welfare, and food stamps. Listen, if you are involved in, obstructing federal law enforcement operations, I think you should be cut off. Yeah, I think so. To be clear, there is a difference between standing on the side of the road. You're not obstructing traffic. You're on the side of the road. You've got your stupid little sign and you're screaming and shouting. You know what? Okay, that's your American right to do that. But the second you start getting in the road, obstructing traffic, attacking, assaulting, throwing objects at ICE officers, that is where there is a problem. Listen, if you're a dumb leftist and you want to stand on the side of the road and chant and scream about how Trump is a fascist, whatever, okay? I don't love it, but whatever. It's your right to do that. The problem is when you are obstructing and attacking federal law enforcement officers. That is the issue. Those people, cut them off. Yeah, I'm with you. Now, Amy Elizabeth has a big super chat here. A massive $50 super chat. She said, oh, lady shot, agitator, lost custody of 2 out of 3 kids, probably only had the youngest one because the dad died. That does seem to be the case. Yeah, that is kind of how it seems to be the case. Yeah. And you know what? Still to this day, we actually don't know why she lost custody of those 2 kids, but you have to imagine it must have been pretty bad. It must have been pretty egregious for a woman like her to lose custody of 2 of her kids. Must have been something pretty bad. Thank you. Thank you. That's a big super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Massive. Good to see you again. Hammer, he says, Matt, not to be that guy, but the Nazis did have the B-2 sword of Horton HO 229. I actually know that. Yeah. So the first like aerial wing design was a Nazi design. I don't think they ever put it to use. They had like test builds, prototype builds. In fact, I don't even know if they built it. They might have just had the plans or the schematics. But anyway, yeah, the first flying wing was a Nazi design. That is right. And I think that was also the first jet-propelled plane. Was that prototype they had? You're right, but still, they didn't have the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber. They didn't have the big boy. Hey, thank you though. You're right. This is Ministry of Wrongthink. He says, it's okay to be white, insanity panic times 1,000. You know what? I am going to say something crazy here. It is not okay to be white. It is awesome. It is awesome. It is badass. It is awesome to be white. So no, it is not okay. It is epic. It is great. It is phenomenal. Hey, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. We have another super chat here from Salesboy Comics. He says, 3 years been waiting for my wife. Let Christian in. Hey, you got to go find her. Where is she? You got to go find her. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You know, I see a lot of young men. They're always talking about how crazy young women are. And, you know, young women, they are in a pretty messed up state these days. However, you know, a lot of young men, they're on these dating apps, Tinder and all these other hookup apps. They're saying, man, all the women on these apps, they're all messed up. Well, in a way, you're kind of like going fishing in a sewage runoff toxic waste dump, right? If you're only going to catch the fish that are in the pond you're fishing in. And if the pond you are fishing in is a toxic waste runoff dump, Tinder or one of these other online dating sites, you might have to go find a different pond. You have to go find women elsewhere, like perhaps not on the internet. Now, it's funny that that's coming from me, of all people. You guys know that I met my wife on World of Warcraft. I kid you not. We were slaying dragons and doing dungeons. We were doing dungeons and getting loot and slaying dragons. That is how I met my wife, in the virtual world of Azeroth, in the World of Warcraft. And you know what? Hey, we have been happily married for 5.5 years, 5 years. We've got 2 kids. Everything is good, but I don't know. Hey, maybe I got lucky, but that's probably not going to work for most people, I hate to say. This is Captain Dumbass. He says, use the Facebook suspension as tool. Omar, the one to ban. Really, I'm just very annoyed by that. Really, I'm just a little bit pissed off that the Facebook account got shut down, because I have spent months. I have spent probably 8 months posting on Facebook every day trying to build that damn Facebook page. And now, for out of nowhere, for no reason, shut it down. Unbelievable. We have a big super chat here. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything from Timmy. He says, DFL, Minnesota stands for Daycare Fraud Learning. The wife loves the soup. Minnesota loves you. Hey, I appreciate that. DFL, Daycare Fraud Laundering. There you go. There's the new acronym. There you go. Thank you very much. You know, I'll tell you something. I was looking on Google Trends. On Google Trends, I typed in my own name, Matt Morris, and you can actually see, Google tells you this, in which state are people Googling your name the most? You know, the number one state, out of all 50 of them, the number one state in which people are Googling the name Matt Morris? It is Idaho. It is Idaho. And maybe that's actually a little bit concerning because I live in that state. I live in Idaho. And so maybe it's like, oh, maybe I don't want people looking me up in my own state. I don't know. Maybe I need to be paranoid about that. Hey, thank you. Shout out Minnesota, though. Thank you very much. This is Eric Sidenstricker. Thank you, sir. Thank you. He says, thank you so much, Matt, for East Wenatchee, Washington. Retired tech here. I can help you. Well, hey, I appreciate that. Shout out the Washingtonians I was just talking about. I used to be there for a couple years. Beautiful state, mate. I don't know, maybe the most beautiful state. There's a people problem. There's a people problem, though. I'm sure you've noticed they have some not so desirable people. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You know, right now, I think, hey, unless you can help me get unsuspended on Facebook, that's the one problem I have right now. So, hey, if anybody here works for Facebook, let me know. Reach on out. Send me a private message on X if you can get me unsuspended. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. We have an absolutely earth-shatteringly massive super chat here from Nella Grace. She says, God bless you, Matt. My husband and I are contributing to your Trump tie fund. Keep up the good work. P.S. We love you. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Shout out you and the husband. You know, I'll be honest, I only own 2 ties. I'm not a big suit and tie guy. So, yeah, I suppose I do need to buy some new ties. So I should go on, what is it, trump.com. I go take a look at the store. Should I buy a Trump tie? You think so? Okay, all right, hey. All right, I will buy a Trump tie. I will order a Trump tie. However much it costs, I'll do it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Great idea. Good idea. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And thank your husband also. Thank you very much. Good idea. Good idea, too. And you know what? I think the final super chat of the day here is from Derek Graham. Derek Graham 550. He says $50 super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Derek, I'm thinking about these ties. You know, every time Donald Trump comes out with a yellow tie, people say, he's wearing a yellow tie. It's, well, I don't know, something crazy is happening. Trump only ever wears the yellow tie when something crazy is happening. So maybe I need to buy a bunch of ties that all have hidden symbols, coded a secret language, and only the real only the real members of the Morse Force are going to know the secret language of the ties. Oh, Lord, Matt is wearing a purple tie. You know what that means? I don't even know what it means. No, thank you. Thank you. Okay. I'll get a couple ties. Thank you. I'll change it up. A golden one. Everybody says I have to get a golden one. Okay. I'll get a golden one. Thank you. Thank you very much. Final super chat of the day from Radio Mango. He says, Lord Illidan knows the way. You know, there's a curious lesson to be learned from Lord Illidan, the Lord of Outland. He said, sometimes the hand of fate must be forced. That is a quote from Lord Illidan from World of Warcraft. You know what? Maybe there's some truth to that. Maybe there's some truth to that. Sometimes the hand of fate must be forced. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, wow, that is going to be a wrap up. That is going to be a wrap for today's show. Everyone, I want to say thank you all very much for tuning in to today's broadcast. I really appreciate all of you tuning in to just phenomenal streams, live broadcasts today. Thank you all very much. Make sure to hit that button, subscribe, like, follow. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, we might even be doing an extended evening broadcast, doing Riot Watch, if there are riots to watch. I'm also considering tomorrow night doing an extended show on Rumble after the YouTube show and watching with all of you, what is his name? Nick Shirley's new video on YouTube where he exposes even more fraud in Minnesota. And it's like a 55-minute documentary type of video again. So we might do an extended show tomorrow on Rumble after the YouTube show. So that'll be a fun day tomorrow. We might do that. Anyway, thank you all very much for being here tonight. It's going to be a wrap, and I'll see you folks tomorrow. It's going to be a great day tomorrow. Thank you all. Stay safe. God bless. And I'll see you folks tomorrow morning. Take care, everyone.